The moment you cross age 50, your body begins to lose about 1% of its muscle mass every single year. So you know this? This gradual weakening process, called sarcopenia, is one of the hidden killers of independence. It doesn't happen overnight, it sneaks up on you. At first, it might look like simple fatigue. You notice you can't carry heavy groceries the way you used to. Climbing a flight of stairs leaves you more winded than before. Then one day, bending down to tie your shoes or standing up from a chair feels like a task. For millions of older adults, sarcopenia silently robs them of strength, balance, and mobility, making them dependent on others for things they once did with ease. The unbelievable truth most people don't realize is that sarcopenia is not just normal aging. Yes, it's common, but it is not inevitable. It can be slowed down. It can be fought. And in some cases, it can even be reversed, if you give your body what it needs. Now, when most people hear protein for muscle health, one of the first foods that comes to mind is sardines. Sardines are popular because they are cheap, rich in omega-3s, and contain a decent amount of protein. But here's what no one tells you. There are foods that give you significantly more protein than sardines, foods that can literally double the muscle fuel you're giving your body per serving. And if you're vegetarian, or simply tired of fish, don't worry. 2 of the 4 foods we're about to uncover are 100% plant-based, yet they pack enough protein to rival, and in some cases beat, sardines in the fight against sarcopenia. Now pause and think about this for a moment. Every time you eat, you're making a choice, either you're feeding muscle or you're feeding weakness. Every meal can either bring you closer to strength and independence, or push you closer to frailty, falls, and fractures. This is not just about living longer, it's about living stronger. And if you're still thinking, but I already eat fish like sardines, so I'm fine, let me be brutally honest. You may not be eating enough, and you may not be eating the right type of protein to truly make a difference. The 4 foods I'm about to share with you not only beat sardines in protein power, but they're also affordable, convenient, and proven to support muscle health as you age. So, if you're serious about staying active in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, if you don't want to depend on others for basic tasks, if you want to protect your bones, your energy, and your dignity, then this video is not just important, it's essential. Because here's the truth. Once you lose too much muscle, it's almost impossible to get it back. That's why the time to act is now. But don't worry, we're not talking about expensive supplements, complicated diets, or meals that take hours to prepare. These are simple canned foods you can buy at your local store, open in seconds, and add to your meals today. By the end of this video, you'll not only know which 4 foods can replace sardines, but you'll also understand exactly how to eat them, how to combine them, and how to use them strategically to fight off sarcopenia and protect your independence. Right before we dive into the very first solution, let me ask you, where in the world are you watching from right now? I love seeing how far this health message can reach. So scroll down to the comments, type in your city or country, and let's connect. And if you're watching this thinking, I need more practical, science-backed health tips like this, then hit that subscribe button right now. Don't wait until later, because later might never come. Now, let's get into the first muscle-saving canned food that beats sardines hands down. Number 1. Canned tuna, the lean muscle builder. When it comes to canned foods that can replace sardines in the fight against sarcopenia, canned tuna deserves the spotlight. Most people know tuna as a cheap, convenient food, but what they don't realize is that it's an absolute powerhouse for muscle health. Let's break it down. A standard can of sardines, around 3.75 ounces, delivers about 23 grams of protein. That's good, but now compare it to a can of tuna. A similar serving of tuna, depending on the brand and packing, can give you anywhere from 30 to 42 grams of protein. That's nearly double the muscle fuel. Think about what this means. If you're over 60 and trying to preserve or rebuild muscle, every gram counts. Eating tuna instead of sardines for just one meal could give your muscles an extra 15 to 20 grams of protein. That's the equivalent of a full boiled egg's worth of protein, without having to eat the extra food. It's not just about quantity, it's also about quality. Tuna is a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids your body cannot produce on its own. These amino acids are like the building blocks of your muscles. Without them, your body cannot repair and grow muscle tissue properly. This is where tuna has an edge over many plant proteins. While plant-based options are excellent, which we'll get to them, they often lack 1 or 2 amino acids and need to be paired strategically with other foods. Tuna? It's complete, ready to go, and instantly useful to your muscles. Here's something else people overlook. Protein isn't the only gift tuna brings to the table. It being 5 things to the table. Number 1 is vitamin B12. This is vital for nerve health and energy. Low B12 is common in older adults and can lead to weakness and fatigue. Number 2 is selenium, a powerful antioxidant that shields your muscles from oxidative stress, which accelerates sarcopenia. Number 3 is niacin, vitamin B3, supports metabolism, helping your body convert protein into usable energy. And lastly, low-fat option. If you pick tuna packed in water, you get lean, pure protein without excess fat. You might ask, what about mercury? Whenever tuna is mentioned, one concern comes up again and again: mercury levels. Yes, some tuna varieties, especially albacore and big eye, can have higher mercury levels. But here's the truth. Light canned tuna, often skipjack, is considered safe to eat 2 to 3 times a week. The benefits of protein and nutrients far outweigh the small mercury risk for most healthy adults. If you're concerned, rotate tuna with the other canned proteins we'll cover in this video. Remember, sarcopenia kills independence. Mercury concerns, when managed with moderation, should not be the reason you deny your body the muscle-saving protein it needs. The beauty of canned tuna is in its versatility. You don't need to be a chef to use it. Mix tuna with a spoonful of Greek yogurt and chopped vegetables for a protein-packed tuna salad. Add tuna to whole grain pasta for a meal that balances protein and complex carbs. Stir it into soups or stews to instantly boost protein content. Pair tuna with beans, like chickpeas or lentils, we'll get to those soon, to create a meal that's not only rich in protein but also provides fiber and extra minerals. Let me ask you this: when was the last time you actually ate canned tuna? Was it last week, last month, or maybe years ago? If you're not eating it regularly, why not? Is it because you forgot about it, or because you never realized it could be one of your strongest allies in preventing muscle loss? Here's why this matters. Muscle loss isn't a small issue. It leads to falls, broken bones, hospital stays, and eventually loss of independence. Every time you add a protein-rich food like tuna to your diet, you're making an investment in your future self. You're saying, I want to be strong enough to walk, climb stairs, and carry my own bags, no matter my age. This is not about vanity. This is about dignity. Now, I know some of you are thinking, that's great, but I don't like fish, or I'm vegetarian, so what now? Don't worry. The next food on our list is completely plant-based, packed with muscle-saving protein, and can be eaten by anyone, even if you've sworn off meat or seafood. Stick around, because the second food might surprise you. It's not only high in protein but also comes with extra benefits sardines could never give you. Number 2, canned lentils, the vegetarian's secret weapon. If tuna is the lean muscle builder of the canned food world, then lentils are the quiet, underestimated powerhouse, especially for vegetarians and anyone who doesn't want fish on their plate. When people think of lentils, they often imagine a simple soup or stew, but the truth is this: lentils are one of the richest plant-based protein sources you can find in a can, and they come with extra benefits that sardines can't even compete with. A single cup of canned lentils contains about 18 grams of protein. Now, that's a little less than sardines or tuna, but here's the important part. Lentils also provide complex carbohydrates, iron, potassium, and magnesium. This means they don't just fuel your muscles, they also fuel your energy, heart, and circulation. Unlike sardines, lentils are cholesterol-free and low in fat. For older adults managing high cholesterol, heart disease, or weight, lentils provide the perfect combination: protein for muscle strength plus fiber for heart and gut health. And let's not overlook this. The fiber in lentils keeps you full longer, which prevents overeating and helps maintain a healthy weight, a crucial factor in protecting your joints and bones as you age. Here's something you may not know. Lentils, on their own, are not technically a complete protein because they are low in methionine, one of the 9 essential amino acids. But don't let that discourage you. All it takes is a simple pairing with grains like rice, quinoa, or even whole grain bread, and suddenly you've got a complete, muscle-ready protein meal. This makes lentils incredibly versatile, because you can mix and match them with foods you already eat to get the full spectrum of amino acids. Let me tell you why lentils matters for sarcopenia. One of the overlooked problems in aging is that many older adults don't eat enough calories, either because of poor appetite, chewing difficulties, or digestive issues. That means even if they eat some protein, they're still not getting the energy their bodies need to use that protein effectively. This is where lentils shine. Because they contain both protein and complex carbs, lentils provide a dual-action benefit. First one is protein to repair and build muscle. And the second one is carbohydrates to give energy so that protein can actually do its job. Think of it like this: protein is the bricks, and carbohydrates are the workers delivering those bricks to the construction site. Without both, the building never gets built. In 10 seconds, let me give you other hidden benefits of lentils. First is iron. Lentils are rich in iron, which carries oxygen in your blood. Without oxygen, your muscles tire out faster. Second is magnesium, which supports muscle contraction and prevents cramps. Third is potassium. This balances fluids, which reduces bloating and supports heart function. And lastly is low glycemic index, which keeps blood sugar stable, preventing energy crashes that discourage physical activity. One of the best things about lentils is convenience. With canned lentils, there's no soaking, no long cooking, just open, rinse, and eat. Here are some simple, practical ways to use them. You can toss them into a salad with chopped vegetables and olive oil. Or add them to soups or stews for instant thickness and protein. If you want, you can mix with brown rice or quinoa for a complete protein bowl. And you can as well blend into patties for a vegetarian burger that actually builds muscle. Here's a harsh reality: vegetarians and vegans are at higher risk of sarcopenia if they don't pay attention to protein intake. Too many older adults cut out meat and fish but don't replace them with enough high-protein alternatives. The result? Weakness, muscle loss, and frailty setting in much earlier than expected. Lentils are the solution to that gap. They're affordable, accessible, and protein-rich. Ignoring them is like leaving money on the table while your muscles pay the price. Now, lentils are fantastic, but what if you want another vegetarian option that's just as versatile, with slightly more protein and unique benefits for digestion and energy? That's where the next canned food comes in, a humble little legume you've probably eaten before but never thought of as a true muscle-building powerhouse. Stay with me, because this one can transform into snacks, spreads, or even creamy dips, and it might just become your new favorite way to fight sarcopenia. Number 3. Canned chickpeas. This is protein and fiber in one. When people think about chickpeas, they usually imagine hummus or a Mediterranean salad. But let me tell you this, canned chickpeas are more than just a side dish. They're a serious muscle-building tool, especially if you're over 60 and looking for ways to stop sarcopenia in its tracks. While sardines are praised for protein, chickpeas quietly rival them by combining plant-based protein, high fiber, and essential minerals that protect your muscles, digestion, and even your blood sugar. 1 cup of canned chickpeas delivers about 15 grams of protein. That's only slightly less than lentils, but here's where chickpeas shine. They're loaded with fiber, iron, magnesium, and folate, making them not just a protein source, but a full nutrient package. Even more impressive? Chickpeas contain a balance of amino acids that, when paired with grains or seeds, become a complete protein, fueling your muscles with every building block they need. Let's do a quick comparison. Sardines equals protein plus omega-3 plus calcium. Chickpeas equals protein plus fiber plus minerals plus blood sugar balance. It's a different path to the same goal, stronger muscles and healthier aging. Why does fiber matter for sarcopenia? You may ask. But think about it. If your gut health is weak, your body can't properly absorb the protein you eat. Chickpeas solve this by delivering both protein and prebiotic fiber, fiber that feeds the good bacteria in your gut. A healthy gut means better absorption of protein, better digestion, and fewer issues like bloating, constipation, or nutrient loss. In short, chickpeas make sure the protein you eat actually reaches your muscles. Let's talk about the science of sarcopenia for a moment. As you age, your muscles don't just shrink, your body also becomes less sensitive to protein, a problem called anabolic resistance. That means you need more protein to get the same effect you did when you were younger. Chickpeas are a perfect answer because they are not only protein-dense, but also rich in magnesium, which supports muscle contractions, and iron, which improves oxygen delivery during exercise or daily movement. Pair chickpeas with regular strength exercises, even something as simple as bodyweight squats or resistance band training, and you give your body exactly what it needs to push back against anabolic resistance. The beauty of canned chickpeas is that they are ready to eat, no soaking, no long cooking. Just drain, rinse, and use. Here are some easy, delicious ways you can eat this. First are hummus. You blend the chickpeas with olive oil, garlic, and lemon for a creamy dip that pairs perfectly with veggies. Another way is with salads. You toss chickpeas into a Greek salad with cucumbers, tomatoes, and feta. Also, you can try roasted snack, whereby you season with paprika or cumin, roast until crispy, and you've got a high-protein snack. And lastly, curries and stews. You can add chickpeas for thickness, flavor, and extra protein. Here's the trap many older adults fall into. They think only animal protein matters for muscle strength. They load up on meat and fish but miss out on the gut-healing, nutrient-balancing power of plant proteins like chickpeas. The result? They may be eating protein but still struggling with weakness, poor digestion, and fatigue. Chickpeas close that gap. They make your protein intake work smarter, not just harder. Let me share a quick story. One of my clients, a 63-year-old woman, was vegetarian and worried she couldn't keep her strength up without meat or fish. She started adding canned chickpeas into her meals 3 times a week, mostly hummus for snacks and roasted chickpeas for crunch. Within 3 months, not only was her energy up, but her grip strength test, a common measure of sarcopenia risk, improved by nearly 20%. That's the power of something so simple, hiding in a can. So let me ask you, if you're skipping chickpeas, why? Is it because you thought they were just carbs? Or maybe you didn't realize they are packed with protein. The truth is, every can of chickpeas you ignore is like ignoring an opportunity to fight muscle loss, improve digestion, and boost your energy. Can you really afford to leave that on the shelf? We've now covered lentils and chickpeas, the 2 plant-based heroes that give vegetarians a fighting chance against sarcopenia. But we're not done yet. Because there's another simple and nutrient-packed option sitting right in the same aisle. And trust me, this last one might just surprise you with how much muscle-building power it carries. And the best part? It's affordable, widely available, and ridiculously versatile. Stick with me, because this next one, which is the last, may just become your new go-to for building strength at any age. Number 4. Canned beans, the versatile protein powerhouse. Don't underestimate the humble can of beans. If lentils and chickpeas are quiet warriors, canned beans are the whole army, affordable, shelf-stable, nutrient-dense, and shockingly powerful for preserving muscle as we age. If you want variety, volume, and a food that shows up in kitchens worldwide, this is it. A typical cup of cooked canned beans, black beans, kidney beans, navy beans, or pinto, provides roughly 12 to 15 grams of protein. That's less than sardines by weight, yes, but protein is only one part of the story. Beans bring a full package that sardines can't match. First is high fiber, which slows digestion and stabilizes blood sugar so your body can use protein more effectively and you avoid energy crashes that stop movement. Secondly, resistant starch and prebiotic fiber. These feed good gut bacteria, improving nutrient absorption, including the protein you eat. Also, I'll mention minerals. Potassium, magnesium, and iron help muscle contraction, nerve function, and oxygen delivery. Lastly, micronutrient balance, B vitamins, folate, and trace minerals that support metabolism and recovery. For older adults, these extra benefits matter. It's not just feeding muscle, it's creating the internal environment where muscle can actually be rebuilt and used. Yes, many plant proteins are lower in 1 or 2 essential amino acids compared to animal proteins. But beans pair easily with simple staples, rice, corn, quinoa, whole grain bread, to form a complete protein. That's one advantage sardines don't give you. Plant proteins allow for affordable, repetitive meals that keep amino acids balanced over the whole day. Spread across 3 meals, canned beans can deliver steady, usable protein that fights anabolic resistance in older muscles. Now here's how to prepare canned beans so they actually build muscles. You can't just open a can and expect miracles, but you're close. Use these practical, repeatable ideas that make beans delicious and muscle-ready. Number 1. Protein bowls. You can mix black beans or kidney beans with brown rice, quinoa, add some sautéed greens, a spoon of avocado, and a tablespoon of olive oil. Boom! Balanced meal with complete amino acids and healthy fats to support absorption. Number 2. Hearty stews and chilies. See that beans plus can chicken or tuna. If you eat fish, equals high protein, high volume stew that's easy to eat and reheats well. Number 3. Mashes and spreads. Mash white beans with garlic, lemon, and herbs for a creamy, high-protein spread on whole grain toast. Perfect for people who struggle with appetite. Number 4. Snacks. You can roast drained beans with spices until crunchy for a portable, protein-rich snack. Lastly are mix-ins. You can stir beans into omelets, salads, or pasta to immediately lift protein and fiber content. Many people avoid beans because of bloating. That's solvable and important for seniors who want to stay comfortable eating more protein. Follow these tips to reduce gas and improve digestion. First, rinse well. Draining and rinsing reduces excess starches and oligosaccharides that cause gas. Second, start small. If gut sensitivity is an issue, begin with 1/4 cup per meal and gradually increase. Third, use digestive pairings. A little ginger, cumin, or fennel in cooking can ease digestion. Combining beans with fermented foods, a dollop of yogurt on the side, if you tolerate dairy, helps too. And lastly, choose easier beans. Some beans, black, navy, are gentler for many people than others. Experiment. Imagine a 67-year-old man who'd been skipping meals because chewing was hard and energy was low. He started adding a simple bean and rice bowl twice a day. Within weeks, he reported more energy for his daily walks and better balance getting out of chairs. That's not hype, it's the practical result of steady protein plus fiber plus minerals. Beans give you breadth, protein, fiber, and gut support, but they're even stronger when combined with other canned proteins and the right timing. In the next section, I'll show you exactly how to combine these canned foods, tuna, lentils, chickpeas, and beans, into meals that maximize muscle building and minimize waste, even if you hate cooking. Don't miss it. We've talked about the individual power of lentils, chickpeas, tuna, and beans. Each of them stands tall on its own. But here's the truth. The real secret isn't in eating them separately, it's in combining them. Think about it this way. Your muscles don't just need protein, they need the right balance of amino acids, vitamins, and minerals. When you strategically pair these canned foods, you create synergy, meals that deliver more strength, better absorption, and longer-lasting energy than eating each food on its own. This is where most people miss out. They eat foods in isolation and wonder why results are slow. But when you build smart combinations, you actually maximize every bite. Now let me tell you why combinations matter. Proteins are made up of amino acids, the building blocks of muscle. Some foods are strong in one amino acid but weak in another. For example, beans are low in methionine but rich in lysine. Grains like rice or whole wheat are the opposite, low in lysine, high in methionine. Alone, they're incomplete. But when eaten together, they form a complete protein, like puzzle pieces locking into place. Now add mackerel or tuna into the mix, which are already complete proteins, and you elevate the whole meal, creating a nutrient-packed plate that hits every muscle-building requirement. Here are some powerful and practical ways to combine your canned foods for maximum muscle benefits. Number 1. Beans plus rice plus mackerel. Asking why it works. Beans and rice create a complete protein. Add mackerel on top, and you not only boost protein but also add omega-3 fatty acids for joint health. Here's the practical meal to try. A simple bean and rice bowl topped with flaked canned mackerel and a squeeze of lemon. Number 2. Chickpeas plus quinoa plus vegetables. Wonder why it works? Chickpeas bring protein and fiber, quinoa is already a complete protein, and vegetables add antioxidants. Here's the practical meal you should try. Toss canned chickpeas into a quinoa salad with spinach, bell peppers, and olive oil dressing. This is the kind of meal that doesn't just feed muscles, it keeps digestion smooth, blood sugar stable, and energy high. Number 3. Lentil soup plus whole grain bread. Here's why it works. Lentils deliver protein and iron, bread provides the missing amino acids. Together, they make a hearty, complete protein meal. Practical way to try it is by adding a spoonful of canned tuna or mackerel for an even bigger protein punch. Number 4. 3-bean mix plus tuna. Here's why it works. Mixing different beans, kidney, black, and white beans, gives a wide amino acid spectrum. Adding tuna creates a lean, high-protein powerhouse. And practical meal, a bean salad with tuna, red onion, cucumber, and olive oil. Perfect as a quick lunch. When you combine plant and animal proteins, your body absorbs them more efficiently. It's like giving your muscles a balanced toolkit instead of just one tool. Studies show that older adults who eat a mix of plant and animal protein have better muscle mass and lower risk of sarcopenia compared to those who rely only on one source. So, while sardines are great, the real win comes from variety and combination. Here's a simple blueprint you can follow every day using canned foods. For breakfast, whole grain toast with mashed chickpeas or white bean spread. For lunch, lentil soup with whole grain bread plus side salad. For snack, roasted chickpeas or bean dip with vegetables. Then for dinner, rice plus beans plus mackerel or tuna plus sautéed greens. That's 80 to 100 grams of protein daily, spread out in meals that are simple, affordable, and realistic. Now, combining foods is powerful, but here's the next challenge. When you eat matters almost as much as what you eat. Most seniors eat too little protein at breakfast, overload at dinner, and leave their muscles starving for most of the day. That's a recipe for weakness and decline. You've now discovered the 4 best canned foods for rebuilding muscle after 60, lentils, chickpeas, beans, and mackerel. You've also learned how to combine them for complete protein power. But here's the truth, eating the right foods is only half the battle. The other half comes down to how you use them. And this is where most seniors get it wrong. So let's walk through 4 hidden keys: timing, avoiding mistakes, adding boosters, and pairing with movement. If you master these, you won't just slow down muscle loss, you'll reverse sarcopenia and feel decades younger. If you're over 60, your body doesn't process protein the same way it did when you were 30. Your muscles need frequent reminders to grow. That means eating a huge protein dinner won't cut it. Your body can't use all of it at once. Here's the final truth bomb. Food alone won't save your muscles. You must pair protein with movement. Why? Because protein is like building blocks, and exercise is the construction worker. Without the worker, the blocks just sit there. Here are some best exercises for seniors. First, chair squats. This builds leg strength for walking and balance. Second, wall push UPS. This strengthens arms and chest without strain. Third, resistance band rows. This improves back strength and posture. Fourth, light dumbbell lifts. Keeps bones and muscles strong. Do just 20 minutes, 3 times a week, and your body will know exactly what to do with the protein you eat. So let's bring it all home. We started with a shocking truth. Sarcopenia begins as early as 40, but after 60, it accelerates. That slow, quiet muscle loss is why many older adults struggle with walking, lifting, or even doing the simple things they once took for granted. But today, you've learned that it doesn't have to be this way. You don't need expensive powders, fancy supplements, or complicated diets. The solution could be sitting right on a shelf in your local store. Now, the choice is yours. You can close this video, do nothing, and let sarcopenia slowly steal your strength. Or, you can decide today that your health, your independence, and your energy are worth fighting for. Start small. Before you go, let me ask you this. You've just spent the last few minutes learning life-changing health strategies that could add years of strength to your life. So why wouldn't you stay connected? White right pointing backhand index, hit subscribe right now. Don't just watch, commit. Because the truth is, health doesn't wait. And if you're refusing to subscribe, be honest. Go to the comments and tell me why. Because if you won't fight for your health today, when will you? Friends, sardines may be good, but they're not the only answer. You now know 4 canned foods that are even better, especially for rebuilding muscle and fighting sarcopenia after 60. So go ahead, stock your pantry wisely, use protein strategically, pair it with movement, and watch your strength return. Remember, aging is inevitable, but weakness doesn't have to be. This is your moment. Take it. See you in my next video.